my finger on the trigger whenever I'm fucking my whip. They the one that got me started, now I'm going retarded. Ain't nobody rawer than this. Somebody go get some water and pour this shit on me, cause I done got hot in the bitch and I ain't even pop. I'm out the city, they know I'm a blank. Niggas can't even stop it. I get in that mode. Sell everything that I got and take off all the chains and he watching these niggas some hoes. Monkey see, that ain't the way that I'm rocking. You gon' see all 10 of my I swear to God, niggas ain't going. Put that pussy on me, then I gotta go hustle. Don't bug me, that shit get annoying. Without a turn out on niggas to let this shit slide out, you probably flip me a coin. I would've crashed in your motherfucking face bills back in the day, but the niggas been growing. She ain't respecting this shit that I got going on, and I tell the bitch, get up, get gone. I ain't trying to.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And a good start on the ground. He gets 8 on the game's opener. Here's second and 2. Fields operating out of the pistol. He'll get this out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hands as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
A corner who is not only a good tackler, Mike, but a willing tackler can be a huge asset to any defense. So often they get a bad rap. They're considered just pass defenders. They want to run around. But for a guy to be able to come up and force the run and keep this to no gain, man, that makes a big difference on any defense.
He was trying to get that to Najee Harris. Now it's going to be third down.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Returnable from the 17. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. They'll come up on a second down and 8. The motion man is Nakua. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. Third down, 3 to go. Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, L.A.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to...
That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Rams. Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Rams have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6, here comes a return. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. A run play here with Strong, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Play action now for Fields. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
That one intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Williams. Trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll motion a tight end right. Play action, Stafford. Right side, complete to Nacua. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 7-0 is our score. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll run. It's Williams. They need 6 for the touchdown. Second and goal. They go play action with Stafford. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And the defense rallies to the ball, brings him down at the 5. It's fourth down. So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. Good snap, good hold, good kick. And the Rams will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. This one taken at the 10. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to go now on first and 10. Fields. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Trying left side. Here's Harris. And he's going to get it. First down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on second and 4. They'll stick with him again. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
He's got Freiermuth open on the left side.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more. It's a fresh set of downs. Now on fourth and short, this coach has a decision to make.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Fields to throw for it. That's taken in. And he's going to have the Steelers' first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. Now a give on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. 2nd down and 8. Pistol snap back to Fields. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Quentin Lake.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the... He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
First and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
First down, Stafford. That's caught! And he will go all the way. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, L.A. What a start to the year. His 2nd touchdown in this opening half. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams move further out in front. It is now 17-0. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Off the play action, here's Fields. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Fields from the pistol. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half, putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on fourth and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, Mike, you could almost just look down in the huddle, and the players are looking at the sideline like, Coach, isn't the punt team going to come out? And the coach was having none of it. He says, no, you're staying on the field. We're being aggressive all day long, and we're going to go pick up this first down.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Up the sideline at the 35. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he is gone. 80 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
That is just a complete disaster. I mean, we're in the final seconds of the first half, Mike, and you give up a huge explosive play that results in a touchdown. No matter what you've done all half, it completely changes the game.
The extra point is good. And the Steelers are back in this one. It's 17-7. Seven seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. A shotgun snaps to Stafford. He's going to dial up another deep ball. That is hot. And they're not going to catch up to him. He will score. 80 yards. Touchdown, Rams. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. So we've reached halftime here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. As we get you to Orlando. Say hello to my old pal, Jonathan Coachman, with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Cup in motion. Off play action. It's Stafford. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
It'll be a run out of the gun with Williams. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll go again with Williams. And he'll get this down to the 40. That's a nice run. And it's also a first down.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass. And I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Stafford now on first down. Unloads downfield, looking for Nakua. And the Steelers are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Here's 3rd and 7. Here's a handoff to Williams. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. Cup in motion. On first down, right back to Williams. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
A run on 1st and goal. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this 3rd quarter has come to an end.
Steelers 7.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Cup in motion. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. The drive will start on the ground. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. That's the safety, Cameron Curl. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
Play action now for Stafford. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
He's got it inside the 5. He is in. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Rams. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams add on to their already sizable lead. Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. They go play action with Fields. He'll let this go for Pickens. That is brought in. And he'll be out of bounds, but they move it down to the 25-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 41 yards. Fields operating out of the pistol. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one,
in trouble, and down he goes.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Fields from the gun on third down. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And he'll take it on in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown Steelers. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Makes the score Rams 38, Steelers 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now, this is going to be returned from deep in the end zone, and he can only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the carry, it's Williams. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Working out of the gun, Stafford. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big third down pickup for a first down. That's a gain of 14 and a first down. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Finding room across midfield. He's inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Kyren Williams. Touchdown, L.A. The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams will add one more onto their big lead. Here's Carty now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Austin brought in motion. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. A first down throw for Fields. He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, but he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Austin brought in motion. Room to maneuver at the 35. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
First down, Steelers.
Now, Fields. That's brought in right side by Pickens. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
It's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Fields now on 2nd down. This is caught at the 2. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this one out. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's got it! And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
When he continues to play at this level, Mike, it just makes this team so hard to beat. It's the combination of leading both long, sustained drives and being able to strike in bunches. It puts so much pressure on these defenses, and with the way today's game has gone, doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end.